everybody, welcome back. I am making a little quick intro for this video because I have to get up very early in the morning and go to the plastic surgeon because he is going to be doing some work around the bottom of my eyes. If I get in the light just right, and give me a minute, if the light is just actually, if the light is just wrong, you can really see the problem. There is the sunken in area around the trough of my eyes, and especially on the outer corners and the inner corners. And so the plastic surgeon is going to go in and put in filler. And I have wanted to do this for about 3 years, and I have canceled out twice because there are two reasons I have not done it. Number one is I'm afraid that I'm going to have bruising so bad. I bruise easily, and so I'm afraid I'll have black eyes for maybe a week. And I'll let you know because I'm going to video it. If I have black under my eyes, you're going to see it. And then secondly is that I have heard that there's a great number of people who have this done and then go and have it dissolved. So I've been talking to a lot of people who have had it done, and apparently the ones who have had it done and they had it dissolved had the filler injected. It's all injectable. It's minimally invasive, and the injectable was placed too close to the surface of the skin. So the secret, they say, is to have it injected fairly deep under the skin so that it lifts up and minimizes the appearance of this sunken in area. I wish I could get a really good, and when I see this on when I'm editing and see this, it may look worse than it does in this light. So I'm hoping, and you probably noticed this in my videos before, if I'm in just the wrong light, it is very, very obvious. And of course, if you have something like this that bothers you, you're going to be more aware of it than anybody else. But, you know, I do have viewers out there who just will let you know that, you know, you might think about getting fillers, but I had already thought of it before anyone said anything to me. But yes, I am on my way early in the morning, and I'm not an early morning person, so this is going to be difficult, but I will certainly give you an update, and we're going to update maybe every day or two depending on how things work. I'm hoping that, keeping my fingers crossed, I'm hoping everything goes perfectly, I don't bruise, and I'm going to let you know one way or the other, and you're going to see it. If I have huge black circles under my eyes after this is done, you're going to see it. And then we're going to go through this whole cycle for maybe a week or so, and then you can see what it looks like after a week. Because if you're considering having this done, talk to as many people as possible and use a plastic surgeon, use a board certified plastic surgeon, and don't just go to anybody who's doing injectables, because you know it's around your eyes. You want to be cautious, and so this is what I'm putting out here for you. I want you to see what this is going to be like. I'm going to try to video as much as I can and give you as much information as I can, and I will know a lot more tomorrow, so I will update you. And then I probably will update, well, I doubt I'm going to have any makeup on, so that's not going to be very pretty either. That might be a little frightening, but hopefully this is all going to be flattened out just a little bit, but we will see. I'll get back with you tomorrow. Good morning. Well, here I am in the parking lot. Am I the only one who gets this much anxiety when I'm going in to have something done? I'm a freaking wreck. But anyway, I'm going in to have these troughs filled, and hopefully it's going to make, there you go, that's a good example right there. See this? That is disgusting. So I know I'm in good hands. I just got to calm myself down a little bit, and then here we go. So, oh, for the love of God. Here we are. I have numbing cream on, ready for the injections.
We take pictures all the time inside, and then the camera seems to make up for it, even though it doesn't look right at first.
I'll get it closer. Good morning. This is the morning after, and look at our bruises. This is not what everybody goes through, but I tend to bruise easily, like I've said before. So now let's go and try to conceal it. I just realized I did not give you an update after I had applied concealer and all of my makeup, or all I'm going to put on today anyway. But what we have here is, after about 16 layers of concealer and bye-bye under eye and foundation, you can still see that bruise. But I think mostly it's because it is real puffy. I asked the doctor yesterday his thoughts about patients who come back and would like to have the filler dissolved. And he said in his 20 years that he'd been practicing, he's only had 2 patients ask for it to be dissolved, but they weren't his original patients. They were patients who had gone to a reputable filler people, maybe a spa, something like that, but they had not used Restylane, and they had also put the filler in too shallow, so you were able to see little lumps and bumps under the skin. So I don't think we're going to have that problem at all. We just have this little bruising going on. And so I am going to run in. I'm running some errands today. I'm trying to get my sunglasses on because we are going to cover up a little bit. And I'm going in, run some errands, and I'll get back with you tomorrow. Good morning. Well, we are on our second morning of bruising, but we're going to cover this up today, and I'm going to show you what I do whenever I do get bruises on my face. And it happens quite often when I get Botox, maybe around the eyes, and I have just a little kit of things that I use, and most of the time I can cover most of it. This one's a little trying. It's a challenge, but I do see a huge difference in the puffiness of that spot, because last night I used the La Mer Renewal Oil, and I think it took it down a little bit. I mean, you know, what can it hurt? It's a great product. So what we're going to do this morning is cover this up with some of the things that I use. They're not always products that are on trend, but they work for me. So they're easy to find. This is a CoverGirl stick that I have gotten at the pharmacy. It is the Fair 705, and if you have fair skin, you know how easy it is to have bruising and to see those bruises. If you have a darker complexion, it's not always the case. So what I do is take this is a, let's see, this is a Sephora number 70, no, excuse me, it's a Sephora number 207, and I am going to cover this, but I'm going to use a different mirror. Right now I'm looking into the camera, but that's not doing me any good because I need to get a really good close-up. So I am going to cover this. Now I'm going to layer several products over this, so watch how I do this. I know there are professional makeup artists out there who are probably cringing at some of the things that I use and some of the processes I use, but you know, I'm not a pro, and so I just do what works for me, and I'll share it with you because I know that most of you aren't professionals either. So the first thing I do is use this Fair CoverGirl stick. And I have to say also that this Restylane is really settling in, and I'm really pleased with the way that it is smoothing out those troughs under my eyes, especially right in here, because that was the spots that bothered me the most. Are we seeing a difference already? All we're trying to do is camouflage this without it looking too camouflaged, and also to highlight these areas. Some of these areas are a little dark around my eyes. That's just natural that they're dark, have darker skin under the eyes. But That's my first little layer, and I may put a little more right here. Yesterday, there were so many layers of concealer, but today I don't think I'm going to have to use as many layers because it is getting better by the day. And you know, I don't have anything important to do today except talk to you. So that is what we're going to do, is work on this and see if we can perfect it. And I think that's better. It's a little better. We're not through yet. I have a couple more products to put on it, but I try to get as much as possible. This is not going to take long at all here to go away. It's healing quickly. I usually, and I may have already said this, usually if I get a bruise, it will last maybe a week. That's if it's a deep bruise. And I think this is going to be a really deep bruise. And I think part of this is deep, but that little spot there is not. So I am just working this around. This isn't really bruised up here, but there's a little bit of a shadow, so I'm just covering it. What do we think on that? Let's try the next layer of product. This product is absolutely wonderful, and this is an older tube that I have. It's the Bye Bye Under Eye. Let's see if I can get it to show. There, does that help? Bye Bye. Let's get over here. Bye Bye Under Eye. This is medium. I have a new tube, but I didn't bring it to Florida with me. I had enough here that in this older tube, that I thought, well, that's enough. But that I wasn't expecting to have such bruising because I just decided to go ahead and have this procedure done while I was here. I should have thought ahead. And no, but I could always go to Ulta, and I think Sephora carries it as well if I run out. But I have high hopes that this is not going to last long, 1 week at the most, and then we'll be back up and running. Just a bit sore there. What do we think? I love Bye Bye Under Eye products. It's almost magic. Highlight that a bit. And that one spot's a little dark. And that better. This, let's put a dab more. Let's put a dab more of this concealer. Oh yeah, now we're talking. A little lower. It seems this bruise has dropped down just a bit lower than it was yesterday, and I guess it's just settling into the skin. What do you think about that? Now let's go on to something else. Now I'm going to put a touch of Fair foundation. I have any of your favorite foundations that will cover. This is my third layer, and I'm just barely brushing this and blending it in. It's just a bit dark. This has not turned green yet. Usually the bruising goes from one color to another. It goes from dark purple to green to yellow. So now I am going to cover this with this Laura Mercier that I use quite often. It's the numbers number 1, and it is the blurring powder. It's just that I have used in the past, and you've probably seen me use that. I love this product. Again, this is number 1, and just set this. So bring it down. Bring this down. Now this is not going to look great for your complexion because you're going to have such a heavy amount of makeup on, but you know, sunglasses work wonders. So next, this is an older product that I keep around just for things like this. This is Clinique's Matte Ivory. This is older. I think this is maybe over a year old. Matte Ivory, and it's the super powder. And the super powder is almost like putting on foundation and powder at the same time. It's pretty thick. It's very dense. So I'm going to touch it with that. And I'm trying to get in the light just right there so you can see. Touch it with that. And this may be about the best we're going to get today. So we're 2 days out. Restylane looks great. Bruising doesn't. So I am going to keep you updated as we continue this journey together. Okay, we're about a week out, and so we can see that I still have a tiny bit of bruising under my left eye, and it goes away a little every day, so no complaints from me. But I do want to give you an update. You know, I had mentioned an IT product called Bye Bye Under Eye, and I'll get the light off of it so you can see the packaging. And it is the waterproof concealer. And so when I was looking for other products, I had to see which one works best for bruising. I also ran across something that a couple of days ago that I tried, and it is the IT product CC Plus Oil-Free Matte, and it's a poreless finish, full coverage cream. It has an SPF of 40, and that is this IT product. Now, what I did decide, since both of these are IT products, and I'm going to put all this information in the information box below for you so you can find it for yourself, but I decided that I like the Bye Bye Under Eye by IT much better than this full coverage. This full coverage oil-free matte is perfect for a heavy foundation. But in the cases for bruising, you know, if you're going to cover a bruise, you need something a little more dense. And that's what you're going to find with the Bye Bye Under Eye. So I am pleased with this product, and I hope if you run across a bruise and have to cover it up, you give all these products a try. I have told you all of my tricks. Now, if you have some product that works great for bruising that I have not mentioned, I would love to know about it, because like I said, I have these quite often when I have any kind of injectable, and I'd love something magic to cover them up with. And so if you have something that you've been using that works wonderfully, especially if you have fair skin like I do, that would be great. And if you don't have fair skin, if you have darker skin, put that down too, because all of our viewers have different skin tones, and everybody loves a little secret information. So share that information with all of us. And if you are new to this channel and you are not a subscriber, please subscribe, because I try to post a video every week. Occasionally I travel, and I hope in the future to travel more, and I will miss a week occasionally, but usually it's every week. And if you like this video in particular, please give it a thumbs up and follow me on Instagram. Bye.